everyone, welcome back to my channel. I receive a lot of messages on my Instagram account asking me how it is to live in Mexico as an Indian. And I also receive a lot of messages from people who are going to travel to Mexico in future, and they want to know many things like the plus and minus about living here. So I thought, why not make a video on that? So without wasting any time, let's begin. The first and foremost thing is Mexico is less populated when compared to India, and that's why you will feel that the pollution is also less as compared to India. Well, there are exceptions. For example, in Mexico City, the population is definitely high because that is the main city and opportunities are more, and people from different states of Mexico go there to find better job opportunities, and hence the population is high and pollution is high and traffic is high. But other states like Queretaro, Monterrey, or San Luis Potosi, or Guadalajara, all these cities have less population, and hence you will feel that the pollution and traffic is less when compared to India. I'm not comparing it with any other country, I'm only comparing it with India, and hence if you are looking for a place like that, then Mexico is definitely one. The second one is food. As we all know, Mexican food is world famous, and it definitely helps us with our Indian taste buds because they include a lot of onions, cilantro, tomatoes, chilies, and also tamarind in their diet. So it kind of gives us our Indian taste and flavor, and hence you will definitely like it. So that is an added advantage if you're coming to Mexico. The third one, as I had mentioned earlier in my videos, is that you can live here in Mexico lavishly and also with a minimum salary. Because Mexico is a place just like India. There are places where you can spend a lot of money and buy branded things, and you can also survive with a very minimum salary and buy things from the local market and spend your whole month with a basic salary. So in case you're coming here as from a company, and then maybe if you want to move to another job, you don't have to really worry about the salary or the gap that you're going to have in finding a new job. You can survive with a basic salary here depending on the place where you want to live. The next good thing is the gas. As in the petrol. It is definitely cheaper when compared to India, and hence you can go on long drives here with your family to visit different places. And my next point is exactly that. If you are a person who likes to travel around, then Mexico is definitely a place for you, because here you will find places like beautiful beaches, beautiful mountains, and also if you're interested in history, there are places like pyramids and museums where you can go and explore. So if you're someone who likes to travel, then you should come to Mexico and you can go around here and learn their culture and traditions. If you're a person who loves to go on long drive, then you should come here, because most of the cities or states here are just few hours away. So you can just go on a Friday evening after your work, go on a long drive, stay there over the weekend, and come back by Monday and join back your work. The next good thing about living here in Mexico is that if you are a party animal or if you are an extrovert, then this is a place for you. Because most of the Mexicans here are very fun-loving and party animals. They love to have parties or get-togethers for any occasion. So if you are an extrovert, then you will be definitely invited to those parties and you can enjoy your life. I also get questions about education here in Mexico. When compared to India, the stress on students here is definitely less. You are not burdened with unnecessary topics like we do in India. I'm not saying that is bad, but I think it's not necessary. So I feel the stress or the burden on the students compared to that in India is definitely less. So that way your kid is stress-free and you are also stress-free. The next thing is something which I have personally experienced, but I don't know if you agree with that. But here in Mexico, I feel the unnecessary interference of the neighbors is definitely less when compared to India. In India, you know how it is. Most of them are interested in your house and in your business. But here, when compared to that, it's definitely less. People are busy in their life, most of them are working, so nobody really wants to know what's happening in your house or what's happening in your life. So you can lead your life your way, which is good according to me. The next one is for the singles. Well, here in Mexico, most of them have high regards to us Indians. So, if you're a person who's single and ready to mingle, you never know. You might get your future partner here in Mexico. So, those were some of the pros or the plus of living here in Mexico. Now, let's go to the minus or the cons of living here. The first and foremost drawback about living here in Mexico is the distance. The travel time takes almost 30 hours to go to India. And if there is any emergency back home, you will definitely take that much time to reach back. And that is a very big concern for all us Indians living here who are away from our parents or who are away from our family. And since we live away from our homeland so far, we also miss all the festivals and celebrations that we have back at home. Most of the functions, as you know, in India, we have celebrations for different reasons, and we definitely miss those. And even the festivals don't give us that feel because sometimes Diwali comes on a weekday and most of us are working and we cannot celebrate it. Or when there is a Republic Day or August 15th, we really don't feel that festivity because here it's a normal working day. Another drawback is we don't get most of the groceries here locally, like in United States or in UK, where you can find lots of lentils or Indian groceries in normal supermarket. But here in Mexico, since the Indian population is very less, you don't get everything here locally. You definitely need an Indian grocery store, or you have to find a grocery store near your state and order your things or your groceries from there because you don't find them in the local market. You will find other things, but things like lentils or atta, you won't find that in the local market, and you have to find an Indian store to get those things. The next drawback is the language. Here, most of the companies require you to speak the language. If you're coming here already through a company, then of course they know that you don't speak Spanish. But if you want to come here and find a job, it is going to be really difficult because you need to know the language. Or you have to find a job where you are working with United States clients or something like that. But otherwise, language is definitely a barrier. Another thing that you need to remember when you are traveling after coming to Mexico is that you need to go to places which are safe for you as a foreigner. Because just like in other countries, there are places here too which are not safe. So before exploring a place, please make or do your research before going to that place because there are places which might not be safe if you don't know the language or if you look like a foreigner in that place. Another big drawback that I find here is that if you are a vegetarian, then the options are very less. Well, you will find good options if you're going to a good restaurant, but if you are traveling to small places or small cities, then the options are very less. So you need to do your research about the food because most of the things here have meat in them, or at least the oil that like the pork oil that they use to make the food. So if you are very particular about that, then you have to carry your own food, or you need to know and check with the guy in the restaurant if that food has anything to do with the meat. Another issue you might face if you're coming to Mexico is the cultural shock. That only if this is your first country out of India, or if this is your first time that you're living in a country like this, because there are definitely some cultural differences here as compared to India, like for example public display of affection or the way of greeting or many other things might be a little cultural shock for you. In case you're not open to these cultural differences, then you might feel like an odd one out in this country. But if this is not your first time out of India, then definitely you would love this place. Another drawback that I see as a mother is that your kids are going to miss the time that they could spend with their grandparents or with their cousins if they were in India. Because Mexico is so far, your parents cannot visit you that often, or your siblings cannot visit you that often, and hence your kids are missing the time that they could spend with them. So, these were the few things that I see as pros and cons about living here in Mexico. I didn't go into very deep topics. These are some simple topics as I see as an Indian living here in Mexico. I don't know how many of you agree with these points. In case you don't agree or in case you have more points, please leave that in the comment box. I'm hoping that this video was useful to you. Please like, share, and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye.